She looked me straight in the eye, voice flat and rehearsed like she'd practiced it in the mirror a dozen times. "It's over. We're done." The words hit, sure, but not for the reason she thought. I felt the betrayal like a knife, but the blade was dull, predictable. I leaned forward, barely a whisper escaping my lips, soft enough for her friends to hear every syllable. "No, please." My fingers wrapped around her wrist, trembling just enough to sell it. "You can't leave me. Who's going to help me pay off my gambling debts?" Silence fell like a dropped glass. Her smile cracked. Her friends froze in place. Erin choked on her drink. Lana's mouth dropped open like she'd just watched a puppy get kicked. Ava's pupils widened. Her entire face shifted. The script she'd rehearsed was gone. The game had changed. She thought she was testing me. She didn't know I already knew. That I'd seen everything. That I was done playing by her rules. 6 months ago, I would have done anything for her. Ava, the girl with that sleepy Sunday morning gaze and laughter like wildfire through dry grass. We met in college, both broke, both pretending we weren't. We built something fragile and fierce out of empty pockets and stubborn belief. Shared rent, shared leftovers, shared dreams whispered under low ceilings. She once told me, "I don't care if we have nothing. I just want the truth." I carved my life around that sentence. Kept it clean, honest. I worked graveyard shifts, saved every cent, turned down every shortcut, every risk, because I thought we were in this together. Turns out I was the only one holding on to that promise. I found out by accident. Her phone, left unlocked, humming on the kitchen counter. Curiosity didn't kill me, what I found did. A group chat, just her and her two best friends, ironically titled Loyalty Test Squad. I scrolled, "Erin, tell him you're leaving. See if he cries. Lana, bet he folds if you pull the rug. Ava, let's do it Friday. I'll say it in front of you too. See what happens. Should be fun." I stood there, reading each word like a stranger in my own life. It wasn't about heartbreak. It was performance, a stage. She didn't want love, she wanted proof I was hiding something. She didn't trust me. She wanted to watch me crumble. So I gave her a show she'd never forget. That night I lay in bed beside her and stared at the ceiling in silence. Not rage, not sadness. Something colder, like watching the final ember of a dying fire turn to ash. I made the decisions. First, play along. Second, make sure she never knew who she'd actually been living with. I made calls, casually dropped seeds in the right places, created a fake voicemail from a fictional bookie, planted browser history filled with fake poker losses, empty spreadsheets that looked like they'd once been full of secret bets. She wanted lies. I gave her a version of me that never existed. Friday came quickly. She stood in the living room like she was about to host brunch, flanked by Erin and Lana, her faithful audience. Hair perfect, smile polished. She crossed her arms and said it like it meant nothing. "Look, this isn't working. I think we should break up." I blinked, looked between the three of them, let my hands shake as I took a half step forward. "What?" I whispered. No, please don't do this." They leaned in, waiting for the moment to slip up, the desperate plea, the guilty confession. So I gave them one. "How am I supposed to pay off my gambling debts without you?" Their faces fell apart in slow motion. Erin muttered, "Wait." "What?" Lana gasped. "Gambling." Ava stared at me like I'd grown horns. "You said you'd help me," I said, turning to her with wide, frantic eyes. "You promised. You said you'd stand by me." Her voice trembled, cracking. What are you talking about?" $27,000, Ava, I said, collapsing to my knees, gripping my hair like I was breaking. "They said they'd break my legs if I didn't pay up." I watched the horror paint itself across their faces. Her friends looked at her like she'd just confessed to a crime. Ava's mouth moved, but no words came out. She looked at me like she didn't recognize who I was, exactly what I wanted. She dragged me into the hallway by the wrist, fury barely contained. "What the hell was that?" she hissed. I stood tall, voice suddenly calm. "I was just playing along with your little test." She paled, visibly. "I read everything," I said. Tone even, the group chat. "The plan, you wanted to see the real me. Now your friends think I'm a fraud, a degenerate, a mess, just like you wanted." Her voice cracked again. "I didn't. You never trusted me." I cut in. You didn't want honesty. You wanted evidence. You humiliated me for fun. So I gave you something to regret. I smiled then, cold, quietly triumphant. Oh, and Erin already texted me. She's disgusted. Said you're sick. Said she's done. Her hands trembled. Her lip twitched like she was about to say something, but nothing came out. She looked at me like I'd just unraveled her world. Maybe I had, but only because she lit the match. I left that night. No shouting, no final words, just me, a backpack, and the strangest sense of peace I'd felt in years. She tested my loyalty. I tested her consequences. Now we're even, but only one of us walked away whole.